you admire my entrance? You are not the first bunch of complete strangers to admire my entrance, and I'm sure you won't be the last. So that's the kind of level we're at for the rest of the duration. For the next 8 minutes we're down there. So my name's Andy Jones. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a self-employed musician. Now, when I left school, my dad said to me, "Son, what do you want to do for a living?" I said, "Dad, I want to be a musician." He said, "Son, you won't make any money from music." And he was right. No, he was. That's not the funny bit, don't laugh. He was right. I was so skint. When I joined my first band, all I could afford to play was an invisible guitar, which I plucked out of thin air. Now, me and my friend Chris, you've seen him earlier, also skint, so he has to do this. We went to play a gig recently. I think it was the 25th of January. We went to Scotland to play a gig. We went in the bar with our guitars. All we could see in the audience, everybody was covered in bandages, getting up and reciting poetry, covered in bandages head to toe. It was 3rd-degree burns night. Now I've got 2 children. I've got a daughter, Poppy, she's 17. She came out, she said, "Dad, I'm gay." I've never been so relieved, honestly. Because as a father of a teenage daughter, the one thing you just don't want, young teenage boys knocking on the door, sniffing around, slinking and snaking around her. I only after one thing, because this is Teesside, and that's my privilege. I've got a son, Leo, he's 20. Now he describes himself as an incel. I don't know if any of you have heard of that term, incel. It means involuntary celibate. Or as I like to say, he can't get his shag because he fucking stinks. So, I've got a girlfriend. Sorry ladies, this ass is spoken for. It's our 20-month anniversary today. We've done well. I met her on Badoo. I thought, you know what, I need to impress this woman. She's from Grangetown, but I still tried to impress her. I turned up in things that weren't stolen. She was impressed. So, she's from Grangetown. I thought, I'll impress this woman. I'll take her somewhere sophisticated, intelligent, highbrow. I took her to a museum on our first date. We went in, wall to wall, floor to ceiling, pictures of women expressing milk from their breasts. Everywhere I looked, women expressing milk. You might have been. It was a lactate modern. Now, I don't know if you guys will definitely relate to this. When I met her, I just got this vibe. I thought, she's a very sexual woman. A very sexual woman. I got that feeling. The first time we went to bed, she said, "Oh, Andy, I want you to finger me." She did. She said, "Andy, I want you to finger me." So I rang the police and reported her for shoplifting. Now, she's a bit out there. She's a very bold woman. She's got a bucket list, and she says, "Andy, on my bucket list, one of the things I've always wanted to do, I want to go swinging. I want to get some PVC leathers, and I want to go swinging." I thought, well, okay, I'm a brave guy. I'll try anything once. I'll go swinging with her. So we got our PVC leathers on, and we went swinging. We got some funny looks in the park from the other parents that day. We really did. She said, I've seen these sex clubs on the TV. I've seen them. And I really fancy going to one. I'd love to go to one of them sex clubs. I thought, now that's a bold move, but I'll give it, I'll try. I don't know if anybody in here has been to a sex club? No? I'm sure, I thought I'd seen you before. I never forget an arse. So we went to the sex club, wall to wall, you wouldn't believe it. Tits, bums, fannies, cocks, penises, everything. Snogging, kissing, fucking, touching, the lot. I looked at Julie, I said, Julie, I feel like a teenager. But they didn't have any in that night, so I was like, how's the look? I was terrified. I said, I want my dad. But he was in another room getting fisted by a couple of big lads at the time. So I joined the queue. He said, wait your turn like the rest of them. I joined the queue. I saw my sister in there in the queue. I said, hey Louise, this is not that type of club. They don't play the bingo here. She says, I know, I've come for the meat draw. So I was shaken. I had to steady my nerves. Oh, I went to the bar, got around a cum shots in. He said it was Bailey's and it was white and creamy, but I wasn't convinced. So that's pretty much my affair. I mean, I've always been a bit naughty, you know. I've always liked boobs and bums and girls, you know. And kids, they've got it so easy these days. They've got porn at the click of a button. It's not healthy, you know. There's no work in it. Open your phone, there's porn all the day, anytime you like. When I was a kid, I had to work for my porn. Let me tell you, I worked hard for my porn. If you were lucky, you might find a porn mag disused in the park on your way to school, and it was never complete. It was always ripped up. It'd be like Annika Rice's treasure hunt. There'd be a brown boob in a hedgerow. There'd be a little white boob in the grass. There'd be a big bush of ginger pubes on a headstone. You'd have to gather them all together and try and put them together to make one whole woman. It was like wanking over Frankenstein's porn monster. But when I finally seen a real woman in the flesh, I couldn't believe it. She all matched. And who knew? Who knew? I'd like to leave you with one last thing, you know. When I was young, I don't know if any other lads in the audience did this. When I was young, I made a chart. I thought I need to make a chart so I can measure how far I ejaculate when I masturbate. So I made a chart, and I'd be there, right, here's my chart. Oh, Samantha Fox, oh, 30 centimetres. Kylie Minogue, oh, a metre. And you know, I kept it, after all this time I kept it. Now sometimes I like to get it back out, and I just like to look at it, just to see how far I've come.